going to do a foam roller workout here. I'm going to show you how to utilize the foam roller. This is a great and inexpensive way to not only reduce some muscle pain, but to promote flexibility, to warm up your body before you work out, to do a cool down after you work out, or even just daily to work on postural issues. If you do a lot of sitting in offices, if you're in a lot of static positions throughout the day, it's a good tool to come use when you get home to release a lot of the postural issues that you can have. If you sit a lot, your hip flexors, your low back get tight. If you're an athlete, you know where you get tight. The foam roller works off the basic principle of some self-myofascial release, which is basically applying pressure to an area to let the muscle relax. You're activating muscle spindles and certain receptors in the muscle that relay information to the brain regarding rate of tension, amount of tension in muscle, and if you work through the roller, it'll get that information to the brain so that the muscle can relax. There's two different theories on how you can use this. There's one side that thinks that you should get on the muscle and rest on it, and that about 20 to 30 seconds, that'll dissipate it. And then there's another school of thought that says you should roll through the muscle through the length of the fibers. So, you can use a kind of combination of both. You can't go wrong either way, so just utilizing in that fashion. You want to use a lot of your own body to support. I always have people start generally with their low back and just start rolling through. And when you feel any tight spots, you can either rest on them, roll through them. Okay, so just rolling through here, you can find a little tight spot there, over through here. As you come back, open your chest up, pushing your hips up. You can get a lot of muscles stretching. You're primarily working through your low back extensors here and here. Then we can go into the lats. And remember, the lats go from down in your pelvis all the way up into the back of your humerus. So you want to roll through the length of those. So through here. In some of these positions, it takes you a little while to get used to working with this. Okay, so like I can go through here, right up in there, I can feel a real tight spot. So I'm going to kind of rest through it and then roll. So going through the length, if you get an anatomy book out, you can look at that and see where the muscles go, but working through the length of the muscle really helps alleviate if you have a specific muscle that's hurting. A lot of people have issues with the IT band, which is a band of connective tissue on the side here. If you're a cyclist or a runner, tennis player, if you walk, they tend to get tight. So we're going to do a little IT band work. So you're going to put one leg over. This is a good support point. Support point's here, and you're just going to roll right through the knee. If you've never done this, it will get your attention pretty quick. This area can get real tight and sore if you're real active. And as you roll through, up into the hip, you can roll to the side through your TFL and into the IT band, over into your quads. Okay, and then you can just roll into the hip flexor, into the groin, and then get into the calf muscles here, right in the front, medialis anterior, and then hamstrings they're tough. You can't quite get as much pressure on those, but it's still good to roll through them. Stacking a foot can tend to put a little bit more pressure on. Roll to the inside. You can get into the knee joint a little bit. Good. Now, piriformis and glutes. Piriformis can tend to get real tight. Anytime somebody gets on this area, it's real painful. Piriformis goes back through the hip, right in through here. And piriformis syndrome is pretty common. And if you get the leg up, go through the side, and as you open that up, you really get in there. You'll feel this one. But if you have a lot of low back issues, back pain, rolling through the piriformis and rolling through the hip flexors can be a really good idea. Sometimes back pain can really be caused through hip flexors being tight because it'll rotate your pelvis a little bit. So really creating balance, we talk a lot about this, is creating balance front to back. So if you're rolling through the glutes and the piriformis in here, and then coming over, rolling into the hip flexor, I'll guarantee if you do this on a regular basis, you will not only increase your flexibility, but you get to learn a lot about what's tight, what's not. Sometimes things will be tight on one side, not tight on the other side, vice versa. We'll write out a few of these, but this is just something you can utilize. Spend 30 seconds, spend 2 minutes doing. Do it while you're watching TV, anytime. It's great to do. You can get these, performbetter.com. They come in different shapes and sizes, so you can take a look there, and they're not real expensive.